What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing today? It is Friday. Welcome to Friday. Just your Joe, just your average Joe. Hey, my name is man. I can't even get my name right. Hey, my name is Joe, just your average Joe. And if you haven't noticed, this is all raw and unedited. Welcome to the channel. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. How about them Lions? How about them Lions? Let's go. I know there's gonna be some of you Green Bay fans that are bitter. But you know what? The Lions are legit, is all I'm gonna say. You have a good team. The Packers are good, but the Lions are better. Anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, my name is Joe, just your average Joe. I've been on eBay full time reselling for about 8-ish years, and I've been buying and selling stuff on eBay for 24 years since 2000, going on 25 years. It's crazy. In fact, we just had another sale come in. Oh my goodness. Um, eBay's been, what I say, eBay's dead yesterday, but today eBay's alive. As you can see, I got a huge box back here. Ended up selling a Rock Band bundle. Luckily, I had a box big enough to fit it in. It's a big box, probably just slightly too big, but I'd rather it be a little too big than not big enough, and then it's a more of a pain to get it packed. But Rock Band, it breaks down. All the pieces come off, and it basically breaks down into as long as you got a box. I mean, again, this is a little bigger than I needed, by not a ton bigger than I needed, but a little bigger than I needed. I did modify it. This is a 30 by 23 by 23, I think it was. It's on there somewhere. Maybe I cut it off. Anyway, it's a big box, but I ended up getting it down to 30 by 23 by 12. I probably could have got the 30 down to like 26, 25, and the 23 down to like 22, but I didn't feel like modifying the box. I just, it's a few dollars more. It's not a huge deal. It was a big deal. The original size, when I priced it, it was like going to be like $80 to ship it. But the fact that I got it down to 12 by 30 by 23, got it down to like 30-ish dollars to ship it. So that's not too bad. I'm going to go FedEx home delivery. The only caveat to that is I have to take it to the FedEx, and I don't normally have FedEx pick up, but luckily the FedEx is 8-9 minutes from my house, so it's we have a nice little mom and pop mail pack and ship place, and they accept FedEx drop off, so I'll take it there and drop it off, and that'll be that. They don't charge to do drop offs. They do charge for post office, but they don't charge for FedEx. So that's the only thing is I'll have to drive and drop that off. No big deal. I'm going to go out and about today anyway. I got a deal to do for a Switch. Pretty good deal on a Switch. It's a Mario edition with like 9 games, extra controllers, pro controller, all the hookups for $260. Pretty good deal. It's about $500, $475 to $500 worth of stuff. So not a bad deal. I mean, obviously after fees and all that kind of stuff, I'll probably make about $150, maybe $175, give or take. So not a bad deal, and Switch stuff is selling fast at this time. Obviously, you guys know. So if you've been watching, so I'm about. I'll put out a few dollars to get some Switch stuff because I know I can get it sold, pretty easily. And it's the Mario version, the red one, the OLED, which is nice. That one sells for a little bit more, and you already know the games go. But anyway, don't have a whole lot to cover today. I've got, like I said, we've got some sales finally. We're in fact something came through. Like I said, something came through. The minute I got on here, something came through. What came through? Oh man, we got another sale. What did we get? Oh, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was an offer. I don't know. It hasn't updated on this side yet. I don't know. Well, I'll check my phone later. I don't see it here, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, we'll get to that shortly. We'll go ahead and cover comments. Again, if you guys haven't been with me before, appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I've got we're over 700. We're at 707 subscribers now. We got some subscribers come in from the last video, which is super appreciated. If you guys enjoy the content, if I've dropped a nugget or two along the way, I may not drop a nugget every video for you, but I'm sure if you consistently watch, I've got a few things to offer along the journey. And I'm just, I'm just your average Joe, just trying to grind and make eBay happen. So, but that's all I got for you guys as far as that goes. Let's go ahead and dive into comments. Oh, if you, all you new folks, the new subscribers, make sure you comment. Comment, ask questions. This is all raw and unedited for you new folks. I get the where I drop my most nuggets is with you all asking questions and me kind of throwing, talking through those questions and answering those questions, is where I think you guys get the most nuggets out of me. I don't script anything. I don't, this is all, like I said before, raw and unedited. I don't sit and script stuff. This is just me, real me, just shooting off, just being me. So, I feed off y'all's comments and your questions and things like that. So any of you folks that are new to reselling, been around reselling, have questions about anything that I'm very transparent on how I do things and what I do. Not everybody agrees with it, and that's fine. The beautiful thing about eBay is you're running your own ship and you can do how you please. And so however it is that you please. And so there's no really right or wrong answer. We've had a few debates on here about different things, and that's fine. That's what the community is about. And what I wanted this to, what I want from this is community, folks engaged, sharing things, showing my journey and helping other folks along the way. So if I can give value in doing that, I'm here anyway. I might as well share it. And there's enough room at the top of the mountain for everybody. You know what I mean? So I'm not hoarding information. I'm not holding anything in. I'm not hiding anything. So, it's if I can give you some of what's up in here on how I do things, and it can help you along your way, make things a little easier, or help you in a situation in a pinch that you're in with a customer in a situation that I can kind of give you some insight because I've been there. That's what this is all about. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started for the day. I love doing the questions. So let's get started. First, let me make sure I take off this filter so I see everything. All right, where we leave off at yesterday, we left off with so DY Man. It says, in terms of consoles, I'm gonna start. Make sure my mic's on. Okay. How about them Lions? All right. And I'm not wearing this because I'm trying to rub it in. I'm wearing this because it's brisk. It's still like 42 degrees today, 44, 42. The cold front's still here in the Carolinas. Next week, I can't wait for next week. We're back in the 60s. But it is a little chilly, a little brisk outside today. And I'm getting an early start because I got a vet appointment for my dog at 11:30. So I started a little early today. So anyways, DY Man says, in terms of consoles, I'm going to start buying them less and less unless I can get them for very cheap or in a bundle with valuable games. Just focusing on games and handhelds moving forward. I also going to focus on trading, trying to get my hands on very desirable consoles like the PS5 right now. I understand that. That's a good strategy. I get it. I mean, right now my main systems that I'm going for is pretty much PS4 and Switches because they sell the best. Right behind those are probably Nintendos, actually sell pretty good for me. And again, that's for me. I forget who it was. It may have been, I forget who mentioned that they sell. I think it was the Dark 25 says he sells Wii's really well on Macari. I can't sell a Wii to save my life on eBay. And, but so, everybody's going to experience things a little different. For me, GameCubes go well. Nintendos go well. So after Switch and PS4, it's usually GameCube, Nintendos, Dreamcasts go very well for me. I don't mess with the new stuff, although I am in talks with the guy on a PS5, digital version, only because I got a PS5 box for my buddy down in Georgia that he had in his office that for his store. He owns a card store down in Buford, Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. So called the Card Shack. If any guys are in the area or from that area, check him out. But if you're into cards, Pokemon, sports cards, the whole nine, he does pretty much a little bit of everything. He's got a PS5 set up in his store, and so he had the box just sitting in the store. He was going to chuck it when he moved locations, and I was like, I was helping him move. I was like, I'll take it. I can find a PS5 digital and marry it together and sell it for a little bit more because I got the box. And sure enough, I've got it right now in talks with a guy with a PS5 that's digital that's selling it at a good price where I can still make some money on it. So, but anyway, I don't mess with PS5s. I'm saying all that to say I don't mess with the new stuff much, really at all. But PS4s, Switches, Dreamcast, GameCubes, Nintendo, Super Nintendo sell very well typically. Wii U's typically sell really well for me. Believe it or not, Xbox One S's sell pretty good for me. In fact, we just had one the other video. Yeah, so I mean, again, I understand trying to find the systems with good games. If you're going to buy the systems, I kind of do the same thing. If I'm going to buy a system, I don't normally just buy a system. I'm normally buying a system in a bundle, and the system is what I sell off first. I test them, clean them, and get them out. The games are usually what I hoard for a while. Controllers, typically, I try to get out right away too, and make up all my money and or already be in the green before I even touch the games. And then if you have good games in the bundle, that just makes it even sweeter. I don't look typically if it's all filler games, like filler games are less than $10, $5, $7, $8 games. I normally don't really mess with those systems much either. If it's just a ton of filler stuff, your Call of Duties, Assassin's Creeds, things like that just aren't really go for much. Unless they're like steelbook versions and whatever special edition versions, then that's a little bit different. But typically your normal Battlefields and all that, they're like $5, $7, $8 titles that just aren't worth selling by themselves. So yeah, anyway, I get it. I get the whole console part. Handhelds though, I'd love handhelds, man. Handhelds are awesome. They sell well. They're easy to process. They're easy to test. And they sell well. All handhelds. That's why I've got a whole bin of probably 20-ish handhelds, maybe 25-ish handhelds that are upstairs in my bonus room that are just in that quote unquote cash pile. They're just sitting there because I don't really need to tap into them yet, but they're all, your Game Boy Advance SPs, 3DS XLs, Game Boy Colors, Vitas, PSPs, all those, they just sell well. Yeah, they just sell well. And it's not hard to tinker with stuff either. I'm a tinkerer, so I do fix things. Like I just reshelled and put new IPS screens and SPs, Game Boy Advance SPs. I did like 4 of those. I'm gonna tap in. I had a DS Lite that had the hinges broke on it. Well, I sat down last night and I started watching how to. I have it up on eBay for $40, and what got me going into this is somebody sent me an offer for 35 or for 30. And I was like, I can sell this thing for like $60 if I fix the hinge. So I just was like, you know what? Let me look up how to fix the hinge. And for me, for the situation that I have with my hinge, I believe I can fix it with just super glue from the videos I was watching. And so I was like, you know what? It's super easy to take this thing apart and access the hinge. I'm going to try the fix and see if I can get it working. So that way it works still. And then I can sell it for $60 instead of taking 30. So there's a swapping out screens, when the screens are all scratched to hell, it's easy to replace those things in most cases on these systems. PSP screens, all that, it's ribbon cables. A lot of the stuff, it's not, as long as it doesn't involve soldering and it's a matter of just swapping. It's not bad. Game Gears, I swapped out a shell on a Game Gear several times because the ones I had were junk and just scratched to crap and the screens were terrible. So I just swapped the guts and bought a replacement on eBay, just the shell, and swapped out all the guts because they fired up and worked. So, instead of trying to, sell something that's just in terrible condition that works still, I can now have it in nice condition and works and get the premium out of it. And it's, 20, 30 minutes of my time, sometimes 10 minutes. It just depends. But anyway, I understand where you're coming from for sure. I think it's hilarious you still say DY man. Is it not DY man? Or Die Man? Or Duh Man, maybe? Is it Duh Man? Supposed to be Duh Man, possibly? Throw me a lifeline on that, DY man. Or is it just Die Man? Die Man. Now you're going to have me. Look, you're a DY man to me, damn it. But no, throw me a lifeline if I'm saying it wrong, or if it's Die Man, or if it's Duh Man. It's supposed to be like Duh Man. You're Duh Man. Anyway, Killboy says, hey, Joe, watch you daily for your insights. Still slow on my side of town. Well, Killboy, thank you so much for watching and your support. I super appreciate it. And that goes for all of y'all. I hope your sales start picking up, man, especially after all the work you put in the other day. Hopefully starts reaping those rewards, man. I mean, I know it's It can be a little deflating from time to time, but just keep grinding, man. It'll eventually turn. Um, Gen X Flipper says, "Hey there, great stuff. Enjoy your videos. I was wondering, how can I contact you directly? I got something for you." Uh-oh. Gen X Flipper. Well, I mean, you can find me on Facebook. Joseph Cerro, Cerro. You can find me on Facebook. Send me a message through Facebook. Yeah, that'd probably be the best way to contact me. So, oh, what? Now you scaring me. What do you got for me? Uh-oh. But no, Gen X Flipper, thank you for commenting. Thank you for hanging out, and hopefully you've subscribed, and hopefully, if I can help along the way, that's amazing. And I'm curious what it is you got for me. Jesus says, get on your grind. Get on your grind, Average Joe, and heck yeah, the pounds will fall off. I need to. I did some late night snacking last night, and I'm regretting it. I'm like, man, this is just more shit that I'm going to have to work harder come January 1st to get off. But you know what? In time, that's for sure. In time. Long are the days of buying ink at Walmart. Absolutely. And beautiful white and purple Rollo thermal printer I bought for $15 at a flea market. Man, that's a win right there. I'm never going back to ink printers. Love the show and keep up them killer sales. Cheers, Average Joe. Well, cheers, Jesus. And again, thank you for your continued support. Yeah, man, thermal printers are the way to go. I'm a Dymo guy. You're a Rollo. You can't go wrong for a $15 Rollo. Those, again, thermal printers are the way to go. Way more labels on a roll. You save money on the labels. You save money on the ink. Trust me, for the longest time, I was like, nah, I don't need them. I'm good with my printer and my ink. And trust me, I was that guy that kind of stuck and was like, no, I'm good with what I got. Man, it's a beautiful thing when you move into a thermal printer. So the Dark 25 says, thanks for the info, Joe, and rambling is always welcome here. There's Joe knowledge and nuggets in there. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that, because sometimes I just feel I'm rambling and there's no value. I want to try to give value. Weez, I think this is where you're talking about. Weez sell good for me. I'm Macari. This is the comment I read as far as selling well. So yes, it was the Dark 25. I do bundle them a bit. Do bundle a bit with them. I will list them how I sell my Wii. I will list how I sell my Wii below for 70 or higher. I wish I could get 70 for my damn Wii's. Man, you're killing it if you're good. Maybe I need to cross list my Wii's to Macari, because I can't give them away on eBay, I feel like. Nintendo Wii console bundle tested with no issues. This sold for $70 last week. Includes the model RVL001, got it. 2 OEM controllers, got it. 2 nunchucks, got it. Normally I do 1 each. Maybe I could step up to doing 2. 2 controller protective sleeves. Yep, typically that's the case. 1 XYB power cord and AV. Normally I've got the OG original, because I got probably 4 sets of them just sitting up in my drawers, because I always come across them or the Wii doesn't work, and so I just sometimes I'll replace the disk drive, but sometimes they just are really bad, and so either for whatever reason I've come across cords and power things. So I normally have the original cords and AV and power. So check there as well. 1 OEM console stand for the resting plate, check. 1 sensor bar, check. That's exactly what outside of having 2 controllers and 2 nunchucks. Usually I got 1 controller, 1 nunchuck. So I can try doing 2 and seeing if that makes a difference on eBay, because it's I'm there, and $60 I think is what I got mine up on eBay for, and ain't nobody sniffing at them. I just sent offers out for 50, I believe it was, and I haven't gotten anything back on any of them. Wii's are my worst, man. They I don't know. Family Party 90 games party pack. Now that I don't include games. Well, I do include games as well. Yeah. I don't know. I don't usually have a ton of Wii games floating around, but I think I got like 4 Wii systems up right now. I think 3 out of the 4 I do have games bundled with them. At least 4, I want to say. I just don't have a ton of Wii games, so I don't usually have a ton of Wii games to add with the bundles. But I'm pretty sure 3 out of the 4 bundles I got 4, maybe 5 games, maybe even 6 games on with them. I know 1 system is up by itself. I got it out of that one deal a few weeks back, and I don't have any Wii games sitting around to add to it. So I just put the system up for like $50, and it was a black one with a white controller, white nunchuck, everything else you mentioned. But even for $50, man, ain't nobody sniffing at it. I don't. For me, Wii's on eBay don't go well. M&M Beach Party, fair condition. Amazon Race, like new condition. Memory card doors replaced. Memory card door replaced, has some discoloration. I always have the memory card door or the doors. I've got X spare ones, the third party ones I buy on eBay. So I never sell it one that doesn't have the doors on it, because that's, you just want to have your stuff as complete as it can, and they're cheap to replace those things. But again, just never. I suck when it comes to selling Wii's, man, on eBay, and they just don't go well. So I may have to, if I start cross listing in 2025, and that's an if, I'll keep that in mind, that Macari is where to put them Wii's for sure. But appreciate the insight, the Dark 25. Phantom says, I had to look up my SNES Mega Man X carts to see the value. I had to sit down because holy shit, it's crazy, man. You got X3. Don't tell me you got X3. Tell me if you got Phantom. You got to tell me if you got X3, because that's like $1,100, man. It's crazy. You're not lying. Good deal on the Chrono Trigger. Never expected these games to blow up over time. Incredible. Good deals, Joe. 1 million points. You should get you a store location with free subs for life. Man, you ain't lying. I no longer eat fast food, strictly health foods. I had a health scare a few weeks ago, or a few years ago, landed in the ER, an allergy. I have 7 or 8 food allergies now, which has kept my weight in the low hundreds. I started going for walks after dinner to help alleviate the food pressure when sleeping. Plus, exercise is good. Got family members to walk too, since they are pre-diabetic and diabetic patients. Always take care of yourself, because no one else will unless they are getting paid. That's facts. Well, I'm glad you're okay. I understand the health scares. I've had a few myself. That's why I've lost weight in the past a couple times, large amounts of weight, but it's a lifelong battle for me, my weight. And I've got to just get back on track. So that's all. January 1st, I'm getting back on track. So I may balloon up to like 330 before then, because it's just right now I'm just in a bad habit, runt, whatever you want to call it. But January 1, I'm slowly changing my mindset. I'm getting investing in myself, getting some Bowflex adjustable dumbbells. I've got kettlebells already that helped me a lot before, was the kettlebells, but I'm also want to get a set of adjustable dumbbells, and then just a bench, not like the regular bench, like that kind of bench, but just a bench that's adjustable, so where I can use the dumbbells and have different angles and things like that to do stuff on. And I'm just gonna set it up out here and just hammer away 30 to 45 minutes a day. I'm not gonna go crazy, because I think if you go crazy and you make it too difficult, in the past, that's what's made me quit. You kind of learn trial and error over the years of what works for you. It's kind of like with this works for me with this, and so I'm going to make it, and so I can be consistent with it. So I'm thinking, for me, if I can have the stuff out here, I can come out here for like 30 minutes a day and just do a little bit every day, work different muscle groups. I've already got an app that I'm gonna it's like $8 a month. That kind of, I think my other issue before was I didn't have structure, and I don't know a lot about working out and different muscle groups and what to target, and different exercises to do to target different areas and blah blah blah. Like I'm not good at all that. So I was just kind of just freelancing, and it worked, but it also, like, I felt there was no structure. So this app kind of gives you structure on what to target each day, and then keeps you in rotation, and you put in how many days of the week you want to work out. It asks you a whole bunch of stuff, and then it's going to give you a routine that you can stick to, that's going to work different muscle categories, and shows you the different exercise types to target those muscles, and shows you videos actually as well. So it's like, I want to be more structured in my process, to where I don't have to think about it. At first I'll have to think about it and do it, and use the app, but eventually I'll be able to not use the app anymore, because I'll have a routine of what to target, what types of exercises, how to do those exercises, and that kind of stuff. And not just freelance willy-nilly and hope that I grow, here, grow there, or lose this, lose that kind of thing, like, and hope that it works. So I think that's going to help a lot. I think the dumbbells in conjunction with the kettlebells, with the bench, having the app, just kind of bringing everything together. Eating right, 90% of it starts in the kitchen. So that's the first thing is, as of January 1, I got to get back to not eating the way I'm eating now, eliminate a lot of the things, still eat what I want to eat, but just portion control and don't overindulge. Don't eat late at night. Stay away from the fast food. Stay away from the Coke. It's very simple. Fast 18, eat 8, 18, 16, 16 and 8. Yeah, 16 and 8. Sometimes I'd go 18 and 6, but 16 and 8, where I'm only eating 8 hours throughout the day, and the other 16 hours you're fasting. You're not, I'm not waking up drinking coffee with sugar in it. Things like just little tweaks that I did before that are sustainable, and then from there include the workout. And then when I'm upstairs, I've got a walking pad that I bought last year, but I stopped using it. And it partly is because of my process upstairs has changed. So I'm not using it as much, but I'm going to go back to doing some of the things I was doing last year, or earlier this year, that helped me sustain the walking pad and using it, because it just sits now. And because, just to give you an insight, when I do my football helmets upstairs for Facebook, I used to check payments in the mornings. And so what I used to do is it forced me to it did force me. I would grab my walking pad and I would lay it out, and I got a standing desk, and I would walk on my walking pad while I'm checking my payments. And normally my payments would take me about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So I would be walking on my walking pad, 3-ish miles an hour, nothing crazy, but I'd get my, 30 to 45 minutes of just walking up there. I'm bouncing up and down, like pretending I'm walking. But anyway, I would, and that would get my walk in every day, kind of thing, and help, that helps. I haven't done that, mostly because I don't check payments in the morning anymore, because I'm checking my payments at night before I go to bed. So I'm not doing that routine. Sometimes you got to kind of like certain triggers help you with your routine, and help you stay consistent. And so that, because I'm doing them at night after I get off live, I don't, I'm not on. And actually, most of my payments I check live now, because we're not as busy as we used to be. So I'm not checking a ton of my payments at night anymore. I'm checking a lot of them while I'm live, while I'm just sitting there. So it's put me in a place where in the mornings I have no payments to check anymore. So I'm not doing that routine. Does that make sense? So that's, I got to find a routine, something that I'm going to do daily on my computer upstairs for 30 minutes, whether I'm just watching YouTube for 30 minutes and just walking. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it's doing my eBay and going through stuff on eBay for 30 minutes a day. Maybe it's, I don't know, but I need to be doing something on my computer upstairs for 30 minutes where I can just bring my walking pad down and walk for 30 minutes as I'm doing some sort of business related something on my computer, and actually getting that walk in every day as well. So that the walking in conjunction with the weightlifting, 5 days a week, with eating, 90% of losing weight is the kitchen. It really is. I'm a firm believer in that. And I've done it twice. I've lost over 100 pounds in my life twice. And 90% of it starts in the kitchen. If you're not eating right and not watching what you're eating, and you're not eating, in moderation, then you just have to work out 10 times harder to get that weight off, if you're just going to eat trash or just not really worry about the kitchen part of it. If you can really just lose weight. And I did this last time. I didn't work out at all when I lost my last 100 pounds, when I blew up over COVID. And I mentioned this before. It only was from kitchen, fasting, and eating properly, or not overeating and things like that, and eliminating certain things out of my diet. I didn't do any working out to lose the 100 pounds. It took a while. It took about a year, but I didn't do anything like physical really much to get rid of it. It was just a matter of just not eating the shit and not overindulging, and not, so yeah, the first time I lost over 100 pounds, it was because I was eating better, not great, but I was also walking a ton, and I burnt myself out. Then I started riding bike, because I got myself burnt out on walking. So then I started riding bike, and then I was uncomfortable on the bike, so I just stopped, and then that was that. And then I, over a course of like 2 years, and then COVID hit, and then I blew up again. And then after COVID, I got it off again, and then here where I am I'm heading into that trajectory if I don't do something about it, and I don't want to ever get there again where it's out of control. So it's getting there. January 1st, I'm gonna get back on track. Starts in the kitchen, because if not, you're gonna have to work that much harder. And so I 100%, that's the biggest thing is starts in the kitchen, and then from there incorporate the little things that are sustainable, that are consistent, that are easy for me as possible, that I can do regularly, and then just kind of stay the course. Hopefully by summertime I'm back down to 260 ish, 250, hell 250 would be even better, but at least the 260 range where I'd like to be, and where everything's good again, and life's good again, and I'm feeling good again, and I can play softball, and I'm not like feeling like a big old fatty. So anyway, I'm rambling again, but that's that. Um, but yes, Phantom, I'm glad that you're okay, and the diabetes thing, I get that. I have two type 1 diabetics in my family. My wife and my youngest daughter, or my oldest daughter, they're both type 1 diabetics, so their pancreases just don't work. There's no insulin production at all. That's not because of their diet or anything like that. It's their type 1. Type 1 means they're not producing any insulin. And my daughter, my oldest, was diagnosed when she was like 11, 12. She's 14 now, so she's like 2-3 years in it. My wife was undiagnosed, and she had it as a kid. She swears she had it as a kid, but she didn't realize what it was. It wasn't until she got pregnant with my oldest daughter that they realized. They thought it was just gestational, and then ended up, after we had my daughter, which was found out she was actually type 1. That it was like, well, that explains a lot of the mood swings from when you were younger, and the hot sweats and the sweating at night, and just the different symptoms that you get, that when you're low and when you're high, that she didn't know she had. And so she probably had it since she was 15ish years old, maybe even younger, who knows. But yeah, so type 1 is tough. Obviously, they both have pumps. They're both on their pumps, but walking and doing more physical stuff, I think if I get back into it, it'll help motivate them kind of get into it a little bit with me. I've already asked my wife, "You going to be working out with me when I start working out again?" He's like, "I don't know." And like, I asked my daughter, "You're going to go walk? If I go on walks and stuff, you're going to go on walks with me?" Yeah, Dad, I'm going to go with you. So hopefully it kind of starts a little bit of a trend in my family, to help both of them. And then my youngest daughter will come too, especially if I walk outside. We got a nice little cul-de-sac, actually double cul-de-sac. So, we can do a up and down one and down the other, like 2 or 3 times is like almost a mile. That's all you got to do. I mean, you don't have to go crazy. A mile's enough. I mean, it gets you some steps in. It's better than doing nothing, but get you a mile in a day. 2 or 3 is obviously better. But if you don't want to burn yourself out, that was my thing. Is I was out there grinding, doing 4 or 5 miles, power walking, and it just got to a point where it just wasn't fun. I burnt myself out. So it was like, keep it cool. Like, it's more than what you're doing now. It's if you want to push yourself from time to time, that's great. But if you go out there every day pushing yourself, at some point you're gonna, if you're not disciplined, especially, it's gonna burn you out. And so you got to make it somewhat fun and sustainable. That's again something I've learned throughout my journey so far. The Dark 25, I'll stop rambling now about weight and stuff, life stuff, because I know that's, you guys aren't here for that. Forgot to mention, the Dark 25 says, forgot to mention, I see what you were talking about on eBay performance fees, Joe. They're killing me with 6% below performance fee. Really? Yeah, see, that's I'm telling you, man, eBay sucks when they take the extra fees. They already fee you enough, and now they got to take extra fees, man. Hopefully, you get that squared away. Have you been able to identify what it is that caused it and what you can do to fix it? Because that's the main thing, is knowing what caused it and then what you can do to fix it. Kind of like in my case, I know what caused it, even though half of it is bullshit. All I can do is try to be proactive to eliminate it from happening in the future. That's all I can do. Can I still get customers open up bogus returns under the wrong category, so then it hits me? Yes, they can still do that, and there's not much I can do about it. Outside of trying to bribe them to close the case, like I did on the last customer. I was like, bribed them to basically close the case and keep the item, but please close the case or just give them their money back. I'd rather do that once or twice than pay eBay an extra 5% on every freaking item in that category. Because like this sale here for the drums, for the Rock Band, $22 extra dollars, 17, 18 extra dollars for this sale went to eBay's pocket because they're charging me the extra 5%, because this was like 3 something after taxes and shipping. I did free shipping on it, but after taxes it was like 350 something, and they're charging you the 5% off of the total sale, taxes, shipping, all of it, 5% from that number. Not even just the 5% from the sale number, it's the full fucking everything. So after the shipping, the taxes, you're paying that 5% off of that number, which is stupid. But trust me, I'm paying eBay a bunch of extra money that I shouldn't be paying them, because I had some customers open up some shit returns under the wrong categories that hit me, and now my shit's too high. If y'all haven't been around, you may not totally understand what I'm saying, but essentially the return rate on things, if you have too high of returns on your certain categories, you'll get hit. Even though you're a top rated seller and you got positive, great feedback and customers love your stuff, doesn't matter. If you have too many returns for certain categories in a certain reasons under a certain category. So in my case, it's video games and consoles category. The reasons are item was missing, item was not as described, or arrived damaged. Not that it wasn't as described, but arrived damaged was a couple of them. Item was, not as described, because I had there was no downloadable content. Well, duh. Used games aren't going to have no downloadable content. I can get into all that and ramble on all that, but all you new folks that are, well, it's your fault then if you did that. No, it's not. Maybe 3 of them out of the 11 were my fault, but the other 8 were bogus BS. We won't dive into that right now. But anyway, so because of that, there's no dispute for that. You can't dispute that. You have to wait for it to eventually, your percentage eventually comes in line with the rest of your peers. And then when they do that evaluation, then that rolls off and you don't have to pay the extra 5%. Well, at least in video games and consoles. Maybe it's more in other categories, like the Dark has 6%, but mine's 5% for video games and consoles. So it's BS. So I when I have a return now, depending what the reason for the return is, I'm going to, hey, close it and I'll just give you your money back. You know what I mean? Just I'll take care of you. And so far that's worked twice actually. Anyway, so sales. Let's move into sales and stop rambling, because I got to get out of here in about 20 minutes. So we had a total of 9 sales for $537.51. So pretty good. Obviously, the huge sale was Rock Band. I packed this up last night because yesterday wasn't too bad. It got up to 55. So it was cold in the morning, but it got up to 55 yesterday. Today's back into the 40s and not going to get past 44. So it's brisk. So I was like, I don't want to be out there packing when it's freezing. At least packing this, because this took 30 minutes to pack. But anyway, this sold for $325 plus ship, $325 free shipping. $325 free shipping. I'm in this $40. $40. Not a lot. So it does work and everything, tested and all that good stuff. It is a bit chilly. I got a jacket that sold, a kid's jacket, protection lime green. I don't know where this thing is at. I'm gonna have to find it. Let me try to find this jacket here real quick. Otherwise, I may just try to find this off camera. But it sold for $18. $18. Is it over here? No, I think it might be down in there. Yeah, I think it's down. I think it's in here. Let me look for this real quick. I believe it's in here with all the heavier jackets, the heavy stuff. Is this it? Nope. I don't have anything else in there anyway. Have I ever told you guys I hate clothes? Part of it is just because room and space, especially for this big stuff, man. It's just the big item, the big clothes, these big old jackets, Carhartt jackets. They're so heavy and big, and overalls and stuff. But they sell. I know they sell. But I'm not a huge fan. All right, I can at least eliminate that it's not in here at this point. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, nope. Nope. Jeans, jacket, chaps, another overalls, chaps. I'm pretty sure. Is there anything in here anymore? Oh, I bet it's down in there. Oh, all right. Hey, this is rough, guys. Sometimes it's rough. Oh, it's rough in these streets when it comes to clothes. Oh, all right. This one's empty. Yes, but I believe it's down here. There it is. Oy. That's it right there. Little kids protection system. I think this is a Walmart brand, maybe. I don't know. It's new with tags. I've had this thing for, I know I had it all last winter. So I've had that thing for probably, hell, a year and a half, 2 years. Who knows? It's been a while. I've had that thing a while. I think I picked it up for like $1, maybe $2. Sold for $18.74. So yeah, you know, not a great pickup, but it finally got out of here. That's what matters. It helped my sales for the day. I'll take it. So anyway, there's that. Pain in the beep beep beep. Clothes are a pain, but there you go. Out of here. $18. Next thing that sold was 2 copies of Rock Band World Tour to the same buyer. Both complete in box. Rock Band World Tour. Both of them sold for $21. Free shipping. Oh, let me move this too while I'm at it. Get this back over here. Got this nice bubble wrap. These overalls over here too. All right. Next thing that sold was Mario Odyssey. Mario Odyssey on the Switch for $37 free shipping. $37 free shipping. Prince of Persia. Got it. Prince of Persia. $9.89 free shipping on that one. $9.89 free ship. Mighty Number 9 PS4. Excuse me. I've had this thing a minute. Finally got out of here. Mighty Number 9 PS4. So for $9.74 free shipping. All these were on sale. That's why it's like weird change, like $74, $98, all that stuff. Usually I do $99, like $16.99, like the next one coming up. $16.99 for Mario Galaxy on the Wii. Sold for $17 or $16.99. Free shipping. Yeah, free shipping on this one. So Mario Galaxy, $17 free ship. I always put the games in a container. The containers I get from pickups, and they're normally jank. Like this one doesn't close, so I'll put some tape on it, and actually the bottom closes. Oh, the top closes, but it's just janky. It's all like, even though I've got stuff to take stickers stuff off, which is amazing. I don't have it up here, but it's just got a bunch of nicks and stuff in it. So I'm not gonna use that for games. Got a bunch of, like, somebody dug holes in it. So I use these for just putting loose games in. Let's see. The next thing that sold was some controllers. We had a Dreamcast controller sell, and we had a two Wii controllers. I normally put the Wii controllers up for like $20 for a bundle of 2. This one actually had the little Nikon charging station. This one had the Nikon batteries that came with it. So I put this one up for $25 instead of the regular $20. And it was on sale for $22.49, and somebody picked it up, and there's that. And then the last thing that sold was Dreamcast controller for $23 plus shipping. And that the controllers on the Wii was 22.49 plus shipping as well. So that's it. Let me make sure, because I thought I saw an offer come in. Maybe not. Maybe not. I thought I saw like a $150 offer come in on something. Maybe I was seeing something. But that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Again, nine sales for 537.51. We're on pace to hit goal. I'm sitting right now at like 12, almost $1,300 for the week. It's Friday, so we're heading into the weekend with knocking at the door on goal. If you haven't been with me before, my goal is 200 a day or 1,400 for the week. We're knocking at the door on hitting goal, which is amazing. So this will be a third week in a row. I didn't realize the week before last I hit goal too. So this will be 3 weeks in a row that last week we crushed goal. The week before we hit just over goal. So hopefully this weekend I can have a really good weekend again and we crush goal, which would be nice. So that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully your sales are going good. If not, get the stuff up because we still got time. There's still time to get your stuff up and get customers looking at your stuff for Christmas, in time for Christmas. So, and hopefully your Christmas shopping is going good too, because I'm almost done with my wife and my kids, but now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna get my parents. So anyway, and then my wife's parents, I leave that up to her. So she gets her parents, I take care of my parents, and it works out. But that's all I got for you guys. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If I don't see you, I do have a video still set up from sourcing, all that Avon stuff, actually. I still haven't posted. It's sitting on my computer, edited and ready to go. Maybe I'll put that out tomorrow for you guys. But that's all I have. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Friday. We'll see you guys on Monday, assuming we have some sales, which hopefully we do. And again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, ask comments, like the videos, and again, ask questions, ask away, anything and anything you want to ask. I'm here to help. So again, enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and we'll see y'all Monday. Bye, everybody. And I don't know if I'm sourcing tomorrow because I'm doing some pickups from Marketplace today and possibly even tomorrow. So I may or may not be sourcing, but I got plenty of stuff still to put up, so I'm not really needing to source at this point. But if you source tomorrow, make sure you let me know in either this video or Monday what you picked up. I like to hear what you guys pick up, so especially if you got some gems you end up picking up or some big dollar items that were like, whoa. So make sure you share that with me. But have a wonderful rest of the day, everybody. We'll see y'all later.